Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. And as you can see, I'm getting kickstarted already with video content that's going to be coming out. So the aim of this really is to let's get started. Brand new year is here. Plenty of things to discuss, plenty of motivation, and also plenty of lessons learned from 2024 that we can now start applying immediately to 2025. And I'm just going to go straight into this brand new series. And what we're going to be looking at is meme coin trading, how to make it meme coin trading, how to produce those multiples, how to make money, and more importantly, how to keep the money heading into 2025. So, with all of that kind of introduction done, obviously we've got to take things step by step and we've got to work through this process together. And I think that where we are is a really interesting kind of cross section of the market. And Rasma's tweet that kind of went viral within the crypto Twitter side of things a couple of weeks back was a really interesting point for me of reference for everybody. And so what we've got is we've got these people on this side of the kind of equation here that are newer traders, okay, so newer traders and are primarily on chain. That's what we've got on this side of things. And this cohort of people is something that started, over the last 2 years and has really ramped up probably over the last 12 months in terms of onboarding now comes via Phantom. Right, now it comes through. Now you're getting into crypto through downloading a Phantom wallet or a backpack wallet or wherever you're going. But this is your onboarding mechanism. And then what we've also got, and probably on this side of the occasion, is we've got the traders, right? And unfortunately, I don't label these guys as the traders. These guys are unfortunately probably the gamblers, and you may associate with that side of things, but you are on the gambling side of things. And then we have the traders side. Now, the traders side has been established for a lot longer on Twitter, and they came over through, basically stuff like might be BitMEX, it could be through Binance, and the majority of these are centralized exchanges, and that's where we're getting all of kind of like this side of people. Now, what we don't have is we don't really have this overlap here. Okay, we don't really have this area in which the two are meeting. The people on this side are trading way too aggressively and gambling funds away. The people on this side are missing out on opportunity of operating on chain, and they can actually use their skill base in order to benefit from trading on chain. And so what we need to do is we need to make sure that there is a process in place where this side can learn some of the skills of this side, and this side can learn some of the skills of this side. And by doing so, we can be in a situation where everybody is upskilled and everybody benefits from essentially a sharing of knowledge and sharing of thought process. And Rasma's tweet, which is what I was kind of, alluding to at the start, is a really important point because he's talking about the fact that limit orders exist on Hyperliquid. And other traders that have been here for a long time, myself, are like, well, that shit's been out for fucking years. It's not new technology. It's not like this incredible thing. So there's a core piece of trading thought process that's missing from that cohort of people. And we need to really kind of build that up, because by building up a knowledge of that side of things, you can produce, far greater returns. You can have far better protection of your money. You can grow your portfolio better. And also, a lot of the people on that side now, on the back of 2024, are in a position that many of us as traders went through, kind of trading on centralized exchanges. You've been through a cycle now. You understand what it means to be up a lot and back down a lot. Okay, you understand what it looks like to give money back to the market, to make those mistakes, to have that learning experience throughout the course of the year that you can now hopefully rectify and change. So my process with this series is basically going to be to provide education on both areas. Okay, so whether or not you are coming from an on-chain side of things, whether or not you're coming from a pure centralized exchange side of things, whether or not you've got a little bit of knowledge about both. So my education focus is going to be on both areas. And obviously what we're going to do in order to be able to do that is we're going to be looking through the tools that are required in order to trade in these locations and in these markets. We're going to be looking towards the TA and the technical analysis that we can be doing in order to make the market as simple as possible. We're going to look at profit taking as a very important step within this. risk management to ensure that we're not getting blown out of all of our kind of funds when we're looking at trading and operating in this space. And we're also going to look at one of the probably most important points behind all of this, which is the psychology of trading in these spaces. And the psychology really, as with everything that I discussed, links back to all of these points. Okay, so, the psychology involved in technical analysis, the very deep psychology that's involved in profit taking and actually having the balls to come out of a position, even though you think it might run 1,000% more, right? Like all of those things that are involved when it comes to on-chain, they're amplified a huge amount. Actually having the ability to execute on something, to pull the trigger on taking profit, to entering a position, to adding to a position, whatever it might be, all super, super important. So we're going to be going through this in one huge series, which is going to cover everything that you're going to need to possibly know about making money trading meme coins this year. And I'm going to be doing this as regularly as possible. Probably going to be looking at 2 or 3 videos a week. You're going to have me live trading stuff. You're going to have me operating and kind of showing you these things in action. And so let's start 2025 off well. Let's start it with some good education, some productive movement forward. And if you subscribe and like, you can get on board for all of that information first as soon as it drops, which, as I said, is going to be at least 2 or 3 times a week. Welcome to the journey.